It's game 6 time at this year's IPL. Two southern giants, the SRH from Hyderabad and the Royal Challengers of Bangalore. Two teams that are led by power pack captains, power pack sides. They're going to face off against each other at Chennai. Let's see how this game goes. Let's first look at how the Sunrisers Hyderabad team would be. They are the home side for today's game. The Sunrisers Hyderabad, they're coming off a tight loss versus the KKR. Should have won that match, had some good knocks. Johnny Bairstow played very well. Manish Pandey couldn't finish it off. Abdul Samad had a great cameo. Had he been there for 4-5 more balls, could they have gotten him earlier? You never know. But how does the side look? Would they want to make any changes? I think they would still want to persist with more or less the same team. I only feel that they might make two changes basis who they play against and basis what they find could be better. I think they're playing against Royal Challengers where there are a fair amount of right-handers. You have only one who's a left-hander, who's Devdutt Padikkal, and then Washington Sundar coming in pretty low down the order. I would somewhere feel that they need to sort of fit in Abhishek Sharma into the squad instead of Vijay Shankar. Nothing against Vijay Shankar, but he might be a Chennai lad, a local lad, but still Abhishek Sharma taking the ball away from the right-handers. He can be good against anyone of the caliber of, right from ABD to Kohli to Daniel Christian to Maxwell. And one more change I feel is Mohammad Nabi was great, but somewhere Mohammad Nabi was able to only take wickets right at the death. Rather, he's someone who's known to contain the batsmen, contain the runs, which he couldn't do in the initial phase. So who would they want to bring in there? I somewhere feel they can get in Jason Holder. Jason Holder, a good bowler, extracts bounce in any track that he plays because of his height, and also has a very good batting stint. He's someone who can just take the long handle right from the word go. He adds the depth in the number 7, number 8 spot. Imagine Jason Holder and Abdul Samad staying there for 15-20 balls. You know that they're going to take away 40 odd runs from there. So what is more important to see is how do they balance their batting order. I want to see if Manish Pandey is coming in at number 3 and number 4 it's going to be Johnny Bairstow. I think number 5 they'll have to have an Abdul Samad coming in there because he's someone who he plays 15 balls, he's going to get 30-35 runs. He's in that confidence. He's done very well. That's the team. Sadly, last game, Bhuvneshwar Kumar went for runs, Sandeep Sharma went for runs, but they're up against the opposition where they have traditionally picked up wickets. Both Bhuvi and Sandeep have a good record against Virat Kohli and an ABD and RCB in general. So it's going to be good to see. All in all, these are the two changes that I feel SRH should do against RCB purely to ensure that they'll be itching for a point to get a point out of this game, to get 2 points, not one, sorry. So I'm very sure that they'll want to do that, and this is the changes that they need to make for today's game if they want to win this game. And now we are going to look at the RCB. Royal Challengers of Bangalore had a great start. They beat Mumbai in the opener. Yes, they didn't have a comprehensive win. It was a win that went in right till the last over. They sort of chugged on towards the end. Virat Kohli called it that everyone got game time, but I would really say that they could have won it hands down, 3 overs to spare or 2 overs to spare. Fair enough. Again, it's good to always start with a win. RCB unfortunately haven't had that consistently over the years. How does their team look like? I would say they're more or less same. The good news is that Devdutt Padikkal is back. He's fit. He's completed his quarantine. He's back. And looking at it, it looks like he's gained that fitness that he sort of lost it during the COVID time. So if Devdutt Padikkal comes back, they'll have to sort of drop Shahbaz Ahmed out there. And Devdutt Padikkal and Kohli opening, that's a lovely combination to watch. Two classy players. Rajat Patidar unfortunately couldn't have much of an impact in last game. I'm seriously looking forward to see this guy play because he's someone who's done very well in the domestic arena. Both he and Mohammad Azharuddin, as and when he gets his chance, they're going to be the future of Indian cricket. And then they're more or less set. It looks like they might want to hold on AB de Villiers till the finishing time. So by the looks of it, in case they have a Rashid Khan coming in there, they'll not want to expose ABD versus Rashid. Nothing against ABD because he's a player of his caliber is always going to perform. He might have his bad days, but there's always a psychological impact that a leg spinner has, especially against a Kohli and an AB de Villiers. So they might want to say, get in Maxwell there. He playing his reverse scopes, his switch hits, just to get that rhythm, sort of not give the bowler the rhythm that he needs. So that's something that they might want to do and keep ABC at number 5 or number 6. But what's going to be important from an RCB perspective is, last time their bowling clicked well. Harshal Patel was a revelation. To pick up 5 wickets against Mumbai Indians, against a very tough side, it always is going to boost his confidence. But again, what's very important is the other bowlers have to do well. Like Yuzvendra Chahal didn't have a great game. Washington Sundar wasn't bowled his full, he didn't bowl his full quota of overs. So somewhere I feel that in this game, they'll have to get in Washington Sundar to bowl up front against a David Warner. Remember, David Warner struggles against off spin. It's important that they get Washington Sundar there. He gets David Warner out, then they sort of have a huge kind of an advantage going into the game. And it's important that Washington Sundar bowls in the power play. Yuzvendra Chahal can always bowl at the back because Chennai is a larger ground, slightly longer boundaries towards cow corner and towards the long on, long off side. So that's going to be an interesting thing for him also. He knows that he can pick wickets there. So I only see one change at this point of time. Daniel Christian will get another run. Kyle Jamieson was very good. Siraj again will be tested in a game where he has to defend runs or he has to sort of contain the run flow. These are some things that will come up. But all in all, they look a good side. What's my prediction? It's a tight one. Two sides, one is itching for a win, one more would just want to gain some momentum. The word momentum is very critical in an IPL kind of a tournament. What do I feel? I feel this game will go into a super over. It will go into a super over. Let's see what happens. My prediction could be completely wrong, but I'm just hoping that this game goes into a super over. Normally you see such games, especially in the first week of the IPL. We thought one would go into the super over a couple of days back. It didn't. But I somewhere feel this game was going to go into a super over. So all the best to both sides.